What's going on, guys? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over how to make millions using the agency in GTA 5 Online. So with that being said, let's get started with the most basic thing with the agency, and that's going to be how to buy it. I'm going to go over some of the stuff rather quickly so you guys won't be bored out of your mind, but some players are going to need this information. So the agency is a new business and comes with a bundle of content in the game, and you can purchase this business by going to your phone on the internet and then going to money and services, and you'll be able to go ahead and go to Dynasty 8 Executive website, and there is usually where the CEO offices are, but you'll also be able to buy an agency now. But Lamar will eventually call you letting you know you can do this, but if you haven't got that call yet, you just go ahead and go on Dynasty 8 Executive and pick up the agency. Now the agencies do vary in price. You're going to be paying in the 2.2 million range, and that is going to be the price for the base model of the agency, so keep that in mind. You're going to have to actually pay $2.2 million or more for the agency, and then after you're looking at add-ons, it gets quite expensive. So the Armory, 720,000, and I definitely think you need to buy the Armory. It's definitely a huge help. And then you have your accommodations, which is $275,000, and then we have the vehicle workshop, which is $800,000. And I think the vehicle workshop is definitely, again, one of those things that you're going to want to have in the long run. Do you need these necessarily to make this an effective money-making method? No, but the Armory is probably the one that used the most while actually running the content, so just keep that in mind. But I will be going over the things that are important later on in the video, why you should buy these add-ons and how they help you make the most money and are actually useful in GTA 5 Online. So with that being said, we'll take a look at what you get with the agency. So there's several levels to the agency. First, you'll have the entrance, which is like the base floor. You'll actually have your assistants on that, so you'll have them on there, the security guard slash assistant there, and he's really useful. He'll actually let you select a personal vehicle from your garage from the agency. You'll be able to spawn special agency vehicles like the Super Voleto Carbon and any civilian helicopter from Pegasus, which is really nice if you need to get out of there, as well as there's quick travel options, the same ones as the ones from the casino. So Tom Connors offers you that quick travel option, so will this security guard, so that's really nice. This is the first time I noticed they didn't have the female be the main person running as like the assistant slash security guard. I will say the female on the left, no, I'm just kidding. The guy on the right is actually very useful. You should use him to the best of your abilities. That's kind of like the base level. Nothing going on there other than him there to help you out. And then if you head on upstairs, you'll be on the office level. You'll find Franklin, and then you'll find like the meeting room office, and then as well as you'll find your office. And in this office, you'll find your computer, and this computer will let you complete things called security contracts and VIP contracts, which we'll talk about later on, as well as there's a telescope, not really useful, but there's also a staircase in the back that will lead you to the next floor, to the operations level. Now here's probably where most of the work goes on. Here you'll have your accommodations, and then you'll actually have your armory here. You'll be able to pick up body armor. You'll be able to get your snacks on the outside where the desks are. You'll be able to get your weapon ammo, everything, parachutes, everything you can imagine that is an ammunition will be in here. And this is the first time you can buy armor somewhere other than ammunition, and this is really nice. And then there's some arcade games as well, and a vending machine so you can top off your health without using snacks. So not too bad there. You guys can go ahead and take advantage of this area. This is probably the most useful area that there is. We have the personal quarters and operations all on the same level, and then we have the garage levels. I don't want to go too in depth with the garage. Clearly there's several levels. There's 3 levels to the garage. The one level will actually have the vehicle workshop, and that's where you're going to be spending most of your time with the actual garage. Other than that, it's storage. There'll be some vehicles from your employees that work there that you can use once in a while for missions. There'll be like the company SUV there. You'll see Franklin's vehicle there occasionally, and all that fun stuff. Now I'm going to talk about the vehicle workshop now that I've already talked about the Armory. The vehicle workshop is very useful because of one thing. It's the Amani tech. So the Amani tech gives you 2 options that is unique to any other garage. And the first option is on newer vehicles, the vehicles that came up with this update. You'll actually see it's described there telling you which vehicles it will apply to. You can actually get something called like anti-missile lock. So Mark II oppressors and other missile homing devices will not be able to lock onto your vehicle, which is super nice, as well as you'll be able to remote control your personal vehicle. And this is really fun too. I've had a lot of fun doing this, believe it or not. That's more of a fun thing, but the anti-lock missile things is the best thing that they possibly could have released. Unfortunately, you can't apply it to any supercar or any normal vehicle. You can only apply it to the select few that is mentioned on the website. It will tell you you can apply this Imani Tech or Imani Tech to your vehicle, and I did it to this vehicle. It's highly armored, and as well as the missiles can't lock onto it. So a really fast, efficient vehicle for doing certain missions. If you are afraid of being blown up by Mark II oppressors, this will be something you will want to have. So as I said, this is going to range anywhere from 2 million-ish to 2.9 almost dollars without any upgrades. So just keep that in mind. You have your art, your wallpaper, your highlight, your armory, and your accommodations, and your vehicle workshop, and they all come in at different prices. So just keep that in mind. With that being said, let's take a look at the actual business aspect of agency. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but pretty much there is a storyline that goes along with this. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and play it. It's really, really fun. If you bought this for $2 million, it's a good deal for the content if you ask me. Had a really good time playing this, and I can't say that for a lot of the updates. So please take the time to play the update. So let's take a look at the 3 ways you guys can make money with the agency. So the first one is going to be called security contracts. You can access these on your computer in the office, and there will be 3 random security contracts that are provided to you, and they refresh every time you complete one. So you'll be able to complete a contract, and each contract has a different difficulty level. So you have a professional difficulty level, the specialist difficulty level, and then the specialist plus difficulty level, and their payouts are scaled accordingly. Professional is the lowest paying one, and then the specialist is the highest paying one. And you're going to get a payout anywhere from like 38,000 to 62,000. It ranges probably a little bit outside of that once in a while, but that's generally the payout range for these missions. They take about 8 to 15 minutes depending on which one you get. A lot of them are very, very easy. Probably average player take you 10 minutes to complete these. These are very, very easy to complete. They kind of reminds me of VIP work. That's how simple they are. There's the recover valuables mission. There's the vehicle recovery mission, the gang termination mission, rescue operation mission, and then you have the asset protection and the liquidized assets. So not too bad. There's 6 different types of contracts you'll get. They pay out decent amount of money, but depending on that contract level. Now, unfortunately, there are cooldowns in between each one. You have to wait a certain amount of time in between, but you can be running Headhunter and other missions in between, making it kind of worth your while. Just something to keep in mind that there is going to be that cooldown in between completing each mission, but if you're slow enough, you won't have to wait that cooldown. So it really depends on your skill level and what you're trying to accomplish by completing these. So that's the first way. You have security contracts. The next way we have to make money is VIP contracts. Now the payout is decent, but it's not the best. You guys are going to be a little bit discouraged when it comes to the max payout for this business, because I think this was more of a content oriented DLC, and I think that's a very fair thing for Rockstar to do, because they really do need to make more content oriented DLCs in my opinion. So the VIP contract payout is going to take you $1 million you're going to get, and then you're going to get like 100,000 scattered throughout here and there for completing certain levels of the mission. But overall, you're only going to get like $1 million and a bit. Not really worth it when you're looking at time. You're much better off doing KO Perico and all those other rotations that exist out there. But the VIP contracts, until they add more, and I think they might, I don't think they're going to stick with just, come on, everyone knows Dre is in this. Stick with the Dre contract. I think they might add more celebrities or more VIPs, whether it's fake or real VIPs, throughout the next year. I would hope they will. If Rockstar doesn't do that, I will be disappointed with this DLC overall. But as of right now, I'm really happy with it. You're looking at 1.2 million for every time you complete this, and it takes a long time to complete. It's not a quick run through. It takes time to complete these VIP contracts. So I wouldn't recommend doing these unless you're just doing it for the content. The one thing I do have to complain about is the payouts, especially for the security contract missions. Going back to them, your teammates or your helpers don't get paid for them. Only you do, and that's just unacceptable. And I'm not sure if the VIP contracts do that because I haven't played it with anyone. So let's take a look at the third way to make money in GTA with the agency, and that is Payphone Hits. Now this is probably by far my favorite way to make money because it pays out a significant amount of money. First thing first is you're not gonna have Payphone Hits unless you unlock them, and the way you unlock them is by completing 3 contracts. Once you complete 3 contracts, Franklin's gonna hit you up, say, hey man, I got an opportunity for you, and you're gonna be like, all right, bet, let me know. And then pretty much you're gonna get a payphone that will ring, and you can go up to it and get it, and it will give you a free mission. You can call Franklin and actually get him to send you these Payphone Hits. Not only can you call Franklin on your phone and say, hey man, I need a payphone hit, you can call Franklin and say, hey man, I want a contract, a security contract, and he'll give you one of those too. So you don't have to go back to your agency every time you're trying to make these money making methods work for you. And that's super important to remember. So you call Franklin after you've gotten done 3 contracts, he'll let you know, hey man, you got this available to you if you're trying to make money like this, and then you're gonna get your payout. There's gonna be a contract, they're gonna ask you to do a certain task in a certain way, and please listen to me when I say this, do it in the way they ask at all costs. So you're gonna go over there, you're gonna complete the thing, and you're gonna get a base payout of $15,000. Now, if you complete the task by completing it the way they want, for example, one wanted me to blow up his vehicle with a scoped rifle instead of just killing him outright, you will get a bonus $70,000. So if you meet the bonus criteria, you will get a bonus of $70,000. That means for completing this little easy mission, you'll be getting paid $85,000. Now again, after completing a hit, there's a 20-minute cooldown for the phone payment, so that's kind of a pain in the butt. But other than that, it's not that big of a deal because you're going to be doing one of these and then rotating out with something else. The key here is, if you're going to try to use this as a money-making method, is that you maximize your potential by going ahead and actually making sure you complete it with the bonus criteria met. You don't want to not take advantage of that bonus that you can get. And some of these have like nice little scripts to them. They're actually well written and it's worth your while. So payphone hits are definitely the way to go in my opinion. Now, the next and final way, I usually only say there's 3 ways, but there's actually a 4th way you can make money, and that is the safe. And I don't want you guys to overlook this. Now hear me out. The safe, you're gonna get $250 per 48 minutes in game. So that's 48 minutes in real life. That's I think about like 2 days in the game or whatever. $250 for 48 minutes actual playtime in free mode. For every contract the player fulfills, you'll net an additional daily revenue of $100 to the agency. So with that milestone being added every 5 contracts, so every 5 contracts you complete, your money per 48 minutes is increased to a limit of $20,000. That means all you have to do is complete 200 contracts, which is a lot. But completing 200 contracts will mean that every 48 minutes in game, you'll be getting handed $20,000. That's kind of how you make your money in this. I didn't want to go over in depth on this money making method. I will go over some perks. So the perks are going to be the fact that you have the Armory, so you guys can get your armor and ammo in one spot and your snacks all on one level. This has never happened before in GTA 5 Online. Super nice. Having that Imani tech on your vehicles will let you complete other missions fairly easy, and you just want to take advantage of Imani too. You can actually call her and she has some perks available to you that you might want to be using, as well as Franklin has a few extra perks as well, like supply drops and things like that. She can find you a motorcycle with armored wheels on it, so small things that you never know you might need. It's just nice to have those extra people in your repertoire for making money in GTA Online, as well as maximizing your profits. So if you want to take a look at maximizing your profits, this is really a solo money making method as far as I'm concerned so far, but completing those contracts throughout the day while you're playing will help get that safe money increased over time. I recommend you guys go ahead and do that. And then as well as keeping in mind, unless the VIP contracts start coming out with higher payouts in different players, it's probably not the best way to go. I'd stick with my payphone hits and my security contracts, and then maybe mix in some other thing like a KO Perico heist setup or something like that if you're trying to maximize your profits with this business. But overall, the VIP contracts for $1 million does not seem like a good payout in my opinion. So some of the tools I found best to use for this business was my Mark II oppressor, my buzzard, and my explosive sniper. I found these to be super helpful when completing these missions. So if you don't have these will be helpful to you when completing, especially the VIP contracts. They're just really nice. The best location to buy, I think, is the location that I purchased. and that is the Hawick location. The Hawick location just seems to be close to everything that I had to do. I didn't feel like I had to travel too far. Maybe the other locations are better, but based on my experience, the most expensive one was actually the right buy this time. So that concludes my little guide on this. This will kind of give you the idea of how you guys can make money and maximize your profits, what I think you should buy. So the Armory is definitely something you should buy. The accommodations help you so you can spawn there. The vehicle workshop's awesome as well. And then you have those security contracts, those VIP contracts, and then those payphone hits, and of course your wall safe to make the money. Hopefully this video helps to give you a general idea. If there's anything that I missed or anything you think I misspoke on, please let me know in the comment section below, because it does help me make better videos in the future. If I ever redo this guide or do a mega guide with this included in it, you will be one of those people that are helping other players understand how to maximize their profits and help me make less mistakes. If you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.